All right, let's transition to the Greatest Royal Rumble because it was, for me, very predictable. Ryan and I actually watched this together.
Long.
Long. We skipped
long.
through some stuff. If you skip through some of the BS, it's not that bad.
We were having a delicious steak.
Yeah.
Some mashed
Shout out to
potatoes.
Ryan's parents.
I know.
For making us some good food that night, too.
my
Eric should have
goodness.
came over, but it was a little late.
Yeah, it was a little late, and plus, I understand why the event was on a Friday due to
the travel.
travel and the time slot. And I remember Kevin and Sami Zayn, they were like mocking some of the fans. They're like, "Oh yeah, and while we're overseas, you kids, you guys are gonna have to ask your parents to get yourself out of school, because it's on a Friday." So
How'd that work out for Sami Zayn?
Yeah. Sami Zayn didn't even go. So,
No, did you hear the reason though?
Well, yeah, because tensions between his country and Saudi Arabia are pretty bad.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
yeah.
interesting.
Let's actually talk about
Let's
this.
talk about this, yeah.
Let's talk about this whole situation because a lot of people are diving into it, and before it gets relatively old, let's talk about the fact that the WWE went into a place in Saudi Arabia, showed a show. Okay, Carmella comes up on the Titantron, and all the guys in the stadium are cheering.
Freaked out.
They're cheering.
There's videos all over there. They're like, yeah.
I can hear cheers. I can hear audible cheers. Now, I didn't hear audible cheers for Roman Reigns, which I expected. But and yet the government comes out and apologizes for it and says that they will never feature that again. Man, that money must be freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
Because if I'm the WWE and you're pushing all this progressiveness and all this progressive movement, and then all of a sudden you have the audacity to go to a country, take a check from a prince who wants to see the Warrior. He wants to see Yokozuna.
This is so ridiculous.
He wants to see The Undertaker.
Dude, that's why that sumo guy was in the thing.
Well, allegedly, that's why that sumo guy was in there. He wants to see all these people in there. He wants to see all those people in there. And then all of a sudden you're taking a check and they're saying, "Oh, we don't want the women at this show." I'd have been like, thanks, but no thanks. When y'all change your views, then you know what? Y'all can go ahead and we can go ahead and make a show over here. We'll just have the women cover up a little bit more. But instead, they just took that money and just accepted it. And you know what I hate too? I don't like these superstars going on social media after the event and talking crap, or liking the post of someone who went to the event afterwards and talking crap. And we're gonna talk about that on Ryan Rants. Because this certain gentleman went on social media, after the fact, and went to this lovely confines of social media thinking he would get protection. But there is no protection from the RKJ man when it comes to Ryan Rants. Doesn't exist.
The Twitter police.
Yeah. Damn. RKJ man on fire. Oh, I gotta say, man, greatest
Burn it down.
Did someone say fire?
Yeah.
fire. But yeah,
I
Royal
just
Rumble.
got that one. I just got it. We'll
Greatest-
explain later. We'll
yeah.
explain later what
Greatest
that means.
Royal Rumble. Greatest Royal
Tired of these
Rumble.
Uber people.
Damn you, man. I felt like the event. Yes, there were some good parts in it, other than just Titus O'Neil, just like tripping down. But there were times when I felt like it felt way too long, and I felt like I was going to I don't know, I was gonna maybe cancel like when
Cancel
it's like
the network.
cancel
that
it.
easy to
I'm like,
cancel. Wow, that's the second person on this podcast to say they were going to cancel the network.
yeah, I'm like, this is too long, dude. I don't know if this is your way of trying to one up WrestleMania, because WrestleMania this year was I don't know, a little bit shaky. Maybe Greatest Royal Rumble.
I mean, WrestleMania was better than the Greatest Royal Rumble. Most of those matches were pretty predictable. And I think even with the weird main event at the end with WrestleMania, with the bad crowd reaction, WrestleMania was better.
Yeah, for some reason Brock was beloved over there up in yeah.
Brock Triple H got a good pop. Might have been because of the beginning of the show, but nobody else really got a pop like that.
All the stars got a pop. Randy Orton got a pop.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
If you were a superstar, you got a pop. But yeah. Oh God, I hate Great Khali.
Did you know what? Someone talked about him flying all the way over there to get eliminated in a minute.
Yeah.
Too. That kind of
and
sucks.
he got a nice payday though. They always pay him well. I don't know why they pay.
He's
I don't know what. Vince
here's-
McMahon has a fetish for Great Khali, and he also has a fetish for Alberto Del Rio. I have no clue
Where's
what
this the real thing coming from? He didn't even show up.
How many times has he freaking gotten pushed down our throat? And then allegedly they're talking to him right now about coming back.
Hey, I like
Just put him on the same brand with Paige so we could get that story. Let's get if this is the
That's
reality.
good.
I want Alberto Del Rio,
Divas.
Xavier Woods, and Paige all in the same.
You forgot the other guy.
Oh, Brad Maddox.
Brad
Maddox. Oh, yeah. Brad Maddox is the star of the show.
The champion of champions right there.
Brad Maddox is the star, man.
I've seen more of that guy I ever want to see.
Too much, bro.
Yeah.
Too much. I'll never forget last March, man. I'll never forget that day.
So
that was
fun.
such a great
I
day.
sent a text message on that, dude, and I was like, whoa, what happened?
But look,
Never
Saudi
forget that
Arabia,
day.
like y'all gonna have to turn up your energy though. Like, and I'm gonna have to give them a pass, unfortunately, on this one because the government allegedly was sitting families together closer to the camera side, to the hard camera, and we already know where they do the hard camera from. They do it from, what is it, the left side?
Not
Is it the right
every
side?
single time, but yeah, it's primarily from.
it's primarily
left side,
from
yeah.
that left side. And they wanted progression to be shown to the worldwide audience. So they wanted kids there and they wanted women there. And then there was only 10,000 seats available for guys like us, single adult men. And where they were sitting at was pretty much the bowels of the stadium.
Those are the ones you could hear though.
Yeah, it was like $2 to $6 American dollars, and there was free drinks being served. So this was
Pretty
the
good deal.
definition. This is the definition of propaganda. But damn, free drinks for propaganda? I don't know.
Hey, man,
that's
here's the reason.
really
See,
good.
you talked about.
I mean,
You talked about the fact why would WWE do an event like this? Vince is he's a money guy.
he's a capitalist.
He's a capitalist.
Look where his wife is.
$20 million, I think, a show or something like that for them to do it. Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they have a
$200
$200 million year,
Yeah, see-
allegedly for 10 years. That's what I'm hearing.
To be honest, I would be a little bit sexist if someone paid me $200
No,
million.
Vince
I'm just saying.
Vince is a
Like
genius,
I did
dude.
just say that's a ton of money. If it was $20 million for the 10 shows, maybe not. Maybe you're like, okay, we'll do a bunch of house shows and you guys can deal with whatever. But I think you're giving them that much money. I think you tell the women, hey, we'll try to get you on the show, but you guys are gonna get raises in your salary because of this. So I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think it is a little bit of it's a little bit hypocritical that they went over to try and do this women's revolution, and then they do one of their bigger pay-per-views where they have all this pyro and stuff, and the women aren't allowed to be on it besides a video. But $200 million speaks. Money speaks. Money talks.
And then where was the women? Where was Nia Jax? Where was Sasha Banks? Where's Bailey?
Vacation?
Where's the they're out there chilling. If I was them, I would be like, hey, we are very disappointed that the WWE wouldn't support us. Now, granted, they might have put a gag order on these women and said, hey, look, y'all don't say anything bad about the Greatest Royal Rumble or else.
Well, and they can kind of do that, because
But-
you can't go and like if you went at your job and just started talking crap on your company, I think you're going to be like in some trouble, right? So
Freedom of speech, you can do what you want to do.
yeah,
The reason why this person is going to get Ryan rants later on is because he did what he did on social media after spewing the BS on live television to the worldwide audience at the Greatest Royal Rumble, and we're going to talk about him in a few minutes. But in terms of these women, we talk a lot about the Me Too movement. We make jokes on the Me Too movement, and I think there's some legitimate things about the Me Too movement, and I also think there's some hypocritical things about the Me Too movement. We talk about the women's revolution. I think it has gone mediocre so far, to be honest with you. I think there's been great parts of the women's revolution, and I think there's been pretty crappy parts of the women's revolution. But regardless, the women have become an integral part of WWE television, and you can't just can't do a show without the women because they are a big part of WWE television now. So for the women not to speak up, not to say anything, especially women like Renee Young, Kathy Kelly, women are in the front office of the WWE. Maybe you can't do it if you're a wrestler.
Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon. And it proves that they're just going along with the status quo. And, Triple H coming out and giving the most political answers. God,
I was trying to look for it. I
I
think he might have deleted the tweet. I didn't see
I
it.
pray to God that we get some of these WWE superstars on here. one day, because what's gonna happen is we're gonna talk that talk.
We're gonna give him real questions.
Because like like some of the BS questions that they give him, and like these
Well, like Sam Roberts and people like that are just gonna juice him up with questions.
You're just asking them those soft questions, those cookie cutter questions. The fact of the matter is this: what you're doing is completely hypocritical, and I almost feel bad for watching a show like this, you know. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's WWE.
It's
we got a
It's
damn
good
podcast
shit.
about it. So, like, the women, they really, truly need to step up. What do you think, Eric?
I think maybe Vince is probably going to make it up in some way or shape or form. If maybe down along the line, if they felt hurt or they can't speak up, I think Vince or maybe Triple H might come up with a concept saying, "Hey, look, we'll give you guys your own proper pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You know, just no men involved, just have all the women involved. But of course you got to have like almost like how many
Well, you don't. I mean, you just need like really 2 headlining matches. You need You need Rousey, obviously, on the card.
like 7 matches?
I still think, and I think Ryan, you might have brought this up on the podcast. I've been thinking about this for a while. You need to give them tag team titles.
No.
Yeah, you do. No, because there's too many women. You're missing out
Too
on
many tag
opportunities.
team matches?
Well, no, it's not even that. There's just too many women on the roster that aren't able to get on the product because they're not. The women are not going to be as over as the men. Okay, that's just plain and simple. The men are better wrestlers. Okay, I'm just going to go out there and say it. They're better performers. It's just like why people like the NBA better than the WNBA. The NBA is more entertaining.
But why do you think that when these women matches, these Money in the Bank, Hell in the Cell, Royal Rumble matches happens, that we are also invested into it?
Well, because number one, we're not used to it. But number two, the women are finally able to wrestle. Like the WWE was hiring people like Candice Michelle, who was a Playboy model. She can't wrestle. You know what I'm saying? So now they're hiring actual wrestler. Exactly. Yeah, go on Botchamania. Kelly Kelly's got her own Botchamania thing.
Yeah.
On YouTube or whatever.
Right below Titus O'Neil.
Yeah, right below Titus. I almost feel like we should somehow slip that audio into our podcast this week.
We gotta
like
slip
it's
that.
somewhere. It's somewhere in
it's
it.
Fantastic.
But no, nonetheless.
And this is where you slip the audio in.
Yeah, boom, right there,
Boom.
right there. If you're listening, we might have just slipped the audio.
Yeah.
If not, then screw it. We didn't put it in. You guys can go on YouTube and find out.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying. I think that with the women, you can do a pay-per-view, like you were saying. You brought this up. You can do a pay-per-view, but you got to add tag team titles to the women. Because look at the Iconics. Okay, they're a great group of ladies. Okay. They're entertaining.
Bad talkers.
They're entertaining.
Bad
I don't
promos.
necessarily know about their wrestling skills, but I haven't seen them in the ring that much. I don't
I
follow
actually think
NXT.
they're good promos, Eric.
No, I think they're
Yeah.
great promos. I think it's
I don't
innovative.
know, man.
They're kind
not
of what's the word for it? They're kind of
Mean girlish.
well, mean girls, but they're kind of like it doesn't matter. They're kind of dumb promos,
talk
but they're
about-
good promos.
You want to talk about mean girlish? You talk about Alexa Bliss and her
Well,
feud
yeah,
with
she
Nia
just kind of
Jax.
acts like a bee. To be
Yeah.
honest, that's how she gets over. But
Go ahead and say it, sir. Say what you want to say.
nah, besides,
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna call her a.
Come on.
I'm not gonna call her a bitch.
It's a female dog. What's a female dog, Nick?
I have a bitch at home.
Yes.
I don't think Leo's a bitch.
Yes.
Leo's not a bitch, right?
Oh no, Leo's
No,
a
Leo's
grown
not a
man.
bitch. Well,
Oh,
at least-
he's humping bitches.
He got some. We just,
No, I did not cuss. That's the proper context.
we're just talking about bitches.
yeah, we're
That's
just
all
talking about bitches. I
Yeah.
don't know what you're talking about.
But not necessarily. I'm not going to necessarily call Alexa Bliss that.
A moment of bliss.
But I think she would actually take that as a compliment if I told her character acted like a bitch.
Yeah.
No, because
You know what I'm
she
saying?
knows it's working. She knows.
Yes, and the Iconics
Yeah.
do the same thing. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is they're entertaining enough to where I want to see them on TV, but I want to see them on TV. I want to see Charlotte on TV. I want to see Asuka on TV. I want to see Becky Lynch on TV. I'm just thinking of SmackDown Superstars. I want to see Carmella on TV. You can't put them all in singles matches because people aren't going to be as interested in, like, let's say, a Peyton Royce versus, I'm trying to think of another SmackDown woman, Absolution match or whatever.
Sonya Deville.
But exactly, if you have tag teams and you put titles on the line, people are always going to be a little bit more interested in titles. And you put them on both brands. You have enough superstars. You have a 3-hour show on Raw. There's plenty of time to put that. You're not putting the cruiserweights on anymore because they don't really need to be on. So give the women tag team titles. Just saying. You want to really increase this women's revolution? Give them all the same stuff. You know?
Tag team titles, though? I mean, that
It's
will
because
give
it's-
WWE
yeah.
excuse to have more crappy tag team matches. I'm tired of tag team matches. And the fact of the matter is this, not every man is going to be on the show, so not every woman should be on
No,
the
but
damn
there's like
show.
barely any women on the
What are
show
you talking
still.
about this? I'm tired of seeing 6 women, 5, 10 women
Well, the
tag
10
team
no,
matches.
but that only happened because of the Saudi Arabian thing. They wanted to show, okay, here's our women because you ain't gonna see them this weekend. That's why that happened.
They used to do like those 10 women battle royal matches almost every single night on Raw and
What they
SmackDown.
did though
like
was they had them in like bikinis and put like squirt guns at them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just watching a meme the other day of Tori Wilson just literally in a white T-shirt taking a bucket and putting it over her head. There's nothing more egregious than that. There's nothing more politically incorrect than a woman in a white T-shirt just pouring water all over her body.
I used to think the most humiliating.
Eric's like getting good memories now.
I used to think that this was like during McMahon when he was dating Trish Stratus when he was making her bark like a dog.
Good time.
I thought like, whoa, this is like
That was terrible.
the very
I'm
first
sorry.
time when I saw it, I was like, whoa, this is borderline. And me and my mom, we were watching this, and like my mom was like, we were like watching this, and then we were kind of like looking at ourselves, and we were like,
Dude,
how
my
is
mom
this-
back in the day,
how is this allowed?
when Melina accused Batista of sexually assaulting her.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? As a
Oh,
storyline,
God,
not real life.
geez,
My mom literally tried to turn off the TV. Like it was just like, what are you guys watching?